And we're live.
Yeah, all right. Hey, everybody, how's it going?
My man.
The very first episode
Of the 3-Star Podcast.
Pre-episode of the first episode.
Yeah.
Pre-episode.
Yeah. And
Well, before we go any further, since we might all be familiar with each other,
yeah, I forgot.
To the watching us.
First episode.
That's all right. So,
yeah.
Bottom right-hand corner, Mr. Damon, D116. You want to introduce yourself?
Yes. Dr. D is what you all can call me. It's actually 116.
He said 1-1.
Oh, man.
116. All right.
Trust me, everyone on Twitch mistakes that's the same.
Why don't you plug your Twitch real quick there, buddy?
The what you're seeing right now is the logo for it.
All right, cool.
So just under the same name, it's DR_D11 and spell out the 6.
All right.
From left-hand corner, you want to go next?
Oh, me?
You go left-hand corner, motherfucker.
I am the token mascot for this menagerie.
God damn.
You saw me.
5 minutes already.
Demonetized.
I mean,
We did my setup. I didn't make no color reference. Anyway. I am a connoisseur of a lot of things, but mainly these 4 chuckleheads. I am a family man, so occasionally my children do pop up. And then they're
Do this Brady Bunch style. You want to come to me or you want to go to the host?
this is live, ladies and gentlemen.
My Twitch, also you can find me at Twitch, just Spoobie, SPOOBIE. There's a couple videos up there, but give your boy a follow. Appreciate you.
Awesome. You want to go next, Tone?
Sure, why not? I am the Crimson Saint. I am the one and only. There is no
He said.
no faking this.
He said
I am the original.
Get out of here.
Often duplicated, but never replicated. I make up my own words.
Yeah, because you butchered that one, there, pimp.
No, I did it exactly how I wanted it. I duplicated, but you don't replicate. That's what I do. I do it. Don't worry about me.
You got it.
I have lots of.
big dog.
I do. I'm not a family man, but I am a cat dad, so you're gonna see my cats popping up every once in a while, probably. And I got a dog too that, he barks a lot. That's about it. I ain't got much else to say.
Awesome. Well, awesome. Me, personally, last but not least, my name is Eric Hopkins. I am in Bloomington, Indiana.
His government. Ooh.
Yeah, my government name. But,
And docs the fucking town and state.
well, I'm just like, putting it all out there. But hey, so, you can find me on you can find me on Twitter at Eric Gel. You can also look up my YouTube channel. Just search for Eric Hopkins. I was formerly known as the Gelcast, but I'm working on rebooting that sucker, so we'll see what happens. So let's get into the topic, shall we?
Wait, hold on. You gotta plug this too.
Oh, yeah.
You can also find us on Twitter at 3-Star
Podcast 1.
Podcast 1. And you can also find us on YouTube at 3-Star Podcast and Facebook at
3-Star
Star
Pod.
Pod.
You got it.
All righty, so
Instagram to come soon.
Yeah, Instagram. I don't know who's gonna be putting on that Instagram.
Still unsure
I got the
about the
gram.
Twitch.
I got the gram. Don't
You
worry.
got the gram, bro.
and of
Pretty
all
much
weeks to start, it's WrestleMania week, everybody. So
Yes, sir.
Yes, it is.
we thought that we would maybe go through a little bit of WrestleMania week for you and talk about the shows and the card for that matter. So for WrestleMania week, it's going to be a long week. WrestleMania week starts with Raw on Monday night, which will also have the Hall of Fame in the episode as well. And then Wednesday will be NXT TakeOver Night 1. Thursday will be NXT TakeOver Night 2. Thursday will be SmackDown and the Hall of Fame in that show as well. And then Saturday and Sunday is WrestleMania Nights 1 and 2. And we'll have Monday after Raw. Raw after...
Mania.
Yeah, after Mania, thank you. And then Tuesday night, NXT moves to Tuesday night the weekend or the week after Mania. So, what do you guys think about that insane schedule coming up?
A lot of wrestling.
Yeah. All right, so since this is WrestleMania week, we thought we'd do a
Brandon
quick.
says she's following us on the gram.
All right, sweet. So we thought we'd go over the WrestleMania card and do a quick little preview of each match before we move on to some other topics, because we're going to talk about more than just pro wrestling. We're going to talk about movies and maybe some video games, just whatever interests us, at any given time. We're going to go over all that stuff. So, but for this week, it's WrestleMania week, so we're going to start out night one of WrestleMania is Saturday. And there's 6 matches on the card for night 1 and 6 matches for night 2. Night 1, I'm just going to run down through the list here. We're going to go over each one individually, see what we all think. Sasha Banks, the SmackDown Women's Champion, will defend her title against the 2021 Royal Rumble winner, Bianca Belair. Tone, what do you think about this match? Do you think the build's been good? I think the match is going to be great personally. I love both these competitors, but what do you think?
A build's been hit or miss. There's too many times that I've seen people having their shoulders pinned to the mat that probably shouldn't have on the road to WrestleMania.
Agreed.
But the build's been good. It's going to be a great match no matter what, because you got 2 of probably the best female talents in the world, not only WWE, but in the world. And 100%, in my opinion, the belt's going to change. I don't see why it wouldn't. But no matter what, we're in for a treat.
What about you, Brandon? What are your thoughts on this match?
I mean, the same. I wasn't surprised that Bianca won. Honestly, she's worked her butt off in NXT, and then to get called up to SmackDown, right choice, right person, and I'm 100% agree with Tony. I do believe that the belt will be changing hands and going to her, and she should have a strong run with it, hopefully. But we know how wrestling is. So.
Yeah, we'll plead the fifth on that one. Damon, what's your thoughts, buddy?
Honestly, I don't think the belt's going to change hands.
Really?
What?
Okay.
No, Banks is going to keep it.
Whoa.
Blasphemy.
Whoa.
Hey, man's got his opinions. Let's hear more about it.
Since the start of her run in NXT, just have not. I like wholeheartedly deserved the win at the Rumble.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
It's her damn fucking hair whip. I cannot stand.
Okay.
So it's like time out. Do you mean to tell me out of all of the weird, cheeky gimmicks used in wrestling, that one is
Like
the one
Bushwhacker Luke.
that bothers you? Like, legit, like, we can name off a crap ton of other wrestlers who have cheap gimmicks, but yet.
Name me one cheap gimmick that was used as a weapon.
Yeah, but you acting like it's the gobbledygook that's gonna win this shit. It's not.
Yeah, it's not.
You see the size of that damn hair thing, man? That would hurt.
Yeah, that's why it's a weapon.
but
Or it should be classified as a weapon.
But it's her hair, so it is what it is.
I mean, and in wrestling, there's always weird things like that. But I mean, I can see why some people would like it, but I personally don't have as big of a problem with it.
But from a pure athletic standpoint, it's going to be a great match.
Yeah. And I guess that'll lead into what
why
I think.
wouldn't her that athletic standpoint be the reason why she wins? Why does it have to come down to the hair whip?
I was just stating an opinion on the hair. I just think they're not going to take it off Sasha right now.
Okay. Well, what about you, Eric? What do you got?
Well, I'm kind of along the lines of I kind of agree with Tony that there's been some pinfalls that I'm not really fond of. Like, I don't think personally the champion should be losing, or Bianca or the challenger for any title should be losing in the build up to WrestleMania. Both of them have taken losses, whether they be in tag matches or singles matches or what have you. Now, that notwithstanding, the match should be great. Both competitors are great at what they do. Hair whip notwithstanding. I think to me, if I was booking night one, with the exception of maybe Bobby Lashley and Drew McIntyre, I would maybe put these 2 women in the main event. That's just me.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, but if they do one or the other, I can't be upset about it. Whichever one main events, but the other one, it deserves it just as much as whoever does go on.
Yes.
But that's just me. Speaking of the WWE Championship match, that's our next match we're going to preview here. Bobby Lashley, the champion, with Montel Vontavious Porter in his corner versus Drew McIntyre for the WWE Championship. I guess I'll start with this one. I think that match should lead off the night, personally, because it's the first night that fans will be back in attendance. So I think you want to start off with a bang. Drew McIntyre, who did not get to have his moment in front of fans last year due to the pandemic, I think you start off that night with his entrance, light that sucker up, let him come out there. I don't personally. I don't think you should maybe take the title off Bobby Lashley yet. I love what they're doing with Bobby Lashley, with getting rid of the Hurt Business, notwithstanding last week. I thought that was a horrible idea, but the match I think could be great. But I just definitely think they are setting up this match for Drew McIntyre to win in front of fans. So to me, you start off WrestleMania Night 1 with that, and I think it could be good. So we'll see. Who wants to go next?
All right, so I don't think Bobby should lose that title.
I don't think he should. Yeah.
They should start off WrestleMania. I'd be completely fine with that, and that match would be great because you got two big horses going at it. And I don't think Bobby should lose it. But as far as like the Hurt Business goes, I'll say this: they were good for what they were, right? Like you always have that faction in the beginning until somebody breaks off. Mm-hmm. It always happens. And Bobby Lashley was clearly going to be the one to get pushed off, and then do away with, and Benjamin, wasn't it?
Cedric and Benjamin, yeah.
Benjamin and Cedric Alexander.
But I believe you should probably keep them as a tag team. I mean, that'd be solid.
Yeah, I think they will. I just felt like the Hurt Business was really starting to get over, and maybe it was just a little too soon. But I see what they were doing. I get it. But
because at this point, you're going to focus on Lashley and what they're doing with Lashley. Lashley being this, like, I thought leading up to what happened, like how he got the belt, doing the Miz's dirty work, and then, coming to collect, what he's owed. I thought that was great.
Mm-hmm.
What? Go ahead.
No, Damon, you go ahead now, because I'm gonna say shit that's gonna probably defend this motherfucker. So just Damon, go ahead and yours, and then I'll come in and finish up.
Damon.
Damon.
So there.
Okay.
Out.
It's your turn.
It's your turn. Speak.
I'll agree. Bobby shouldn't have that belt taken.
That's it.
I haven't been really paying that much attention to this storyline, though.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Well, to be honest,
it's not really much to it either.
No. I mean, to me, I honestly feel like Drew McIntyre should never have lost the belt to begin with. Back last year or whatever it was, they gave it to Randy Orton off of him, and then he won it back, and then he lost to the Miz in the freaking.
That was a cop out to get the briefcase off of him.
I agree, but Miz should have had the briefcase again to begin with, in my opinion. He lost it once, and they gave it back to him for some unforeseen reason.
Because it was Morrison who signed the contract for him, I guess.
Yeah, they tried to play some cheap thing with that. But how many managers or whatever have cashed it in before, and then they let him go ahead and keep it? So, I mean, I get the logistic of it, but to me, it's just kind of like, why? But,
could have done without that, yeah.
Yeah, I agree. And this should maybe be Bobby Lashley going for the title against Drew McIntyre, if they were going to book it that way, and then Bobby gets the big win. And, they tried to make that out to be a big deal when it happened. I think it would have been a bigger deal at WrestleMania, personally.
Yeah.
But we are where we are. And so I think, McIntyre's going to win. Next match on the card is obviously to me.
Whoa,
I'm sorry. Tony, go ahead. My bad. I started to jump forward there.
I'm just going to blow by me like I don't exist.
Yeah, like, he was like, no, your opinion don't
matter.
My
first night as well, ladies and gentlemen.
All right. Bobby Lashley's big old.
Oh, here we go.
The big son bitch shouldn't even have the belt right now. He shouldn't. He don't. No. Drew McIntyre, the belt, WrestleMania, carries that thing for the year. There's no reason he should have lost at all. You can go ahead and you could set up Bobby Lashley versus Drew McIntyre walking into WrestleMania as the champion. Maybe Miz still has that money in the bank. Comes out during the match. Gets involved in it, throws his briefcase in. I know that's not the chicken shit heel he is. He would sneak in at the last moment, but I think if you come in halfway through the match, you get something going on. Bobby pins Miz, wins the title at Mania, gets his big due. Next night on Raw, have a very angry Drew McIntyre. But right now, Drew McIntyre is not angry at Bobby Lashley. He's angry at The Miz. That gets that gets Drew away from the title. He can do a little thing with The Miz. And then Monday Night Raw. What do we always have on the Monday Night Raw after WrestleMania? And huge, a big return. Here comes your boy Brock Lesnar. Brock Lesnar comes down, fucking F5s Bobby Lashley. You start their feud. You let them work and keep the belt on Bobby for a while. That's fine. But it's been so back and forth this whole damn year. I understand Drew didn't get his win in front of crowd. I wish he did, but hey, I think that's the way it should go. Bobby should not have the title right now. Drew should be walking in as a year-long champion. So Monday night on Raw, the return of the Beast, Brock Lesnar, the match that Bobby himself wants and everybody else wants to see. Let them hosses go at it. And that way you also have Drew not losing anything because he didn't get pinned.
Yeah.
No, I agree with you.
Being in the match, he's the official person to be, he's eligible to be pinned. Bobby pins him. So
I agree with you. That's probably the way it maybe should have gone. Unfortunately, that's not what they did. So it's got, how do you foresee what we have going?
I still think it plays.
Bobby will win it.
You think Bobby's going to retain?
I think Bobby retains.
I actually think that is a possibility. I just kind of wonder if they're setting it up the opposite way, but you never know. I mean,
for Drew to beat him, and then Lesnar come out?
Well, I'm not saying Lesnar's involved at all. I'm just saying Drew McIntyre gets his big moment that he didn't get. That's just the way I see it. But I don't know.
Yeah, I don't think it's gonna happen.
I would love it if I want to see Brock versus Bobby. I really do, because I know Bobby's been wanting it forever. So I think that's what they should do if they can get Brock to come back. And I just don't know what Brock's situation is right now.
Ain't like he broke.
Well, no, that's for sure. All right, so we'll move on from this match since we've got a lot to get through here tonight. Match number 3 is Bad Bunny with Damian Priest versus The Miz with John Morrison. Personally, this is the match I go to the bathroom with. Nothing against The Miz. I like
Damian Priest. I really
and I love Damian Priest, and I actually think Miz is an underrated guy. I really do. He's always consistent. He's good on the mic. He's actually not bad in the ring. He doesn't get hurt. I just feel like Vince is never going to do anything with the guy outside of what they've done already. No. So to me, and I get it, they're going for people who love Bad Bunny. I personally don't know who in the world this guy is.
Yeah, okay.
I know a lot of people do, but
he has a whole. Him and Damien bring in that whole Latino demographic, legit. Because Bad Bunny is huge in Puerto Rico.
And that part I totally understand, yeah.
So that's why. I mean, that's why he's there.
Yeah.
But at least for him being a celebrity, at least he has put in the work to actually put on the show.
I'll give him that. He's been training his butt off for this match, from what I hear. So that's a good thing.
So,
yeah. Now, as for who wins,
it's going to be a 5-star, but
it's going to be Bad Bunny. He's going to win this match.
Bunny, yeah.
I don't know. I don't know if Priest or if anybody else gets involved, but
I think we can all collectively agree that Bad Bunny is going to win.
Yeah.
I've yet to recall a celebrity match where the celebrity actually lost.
Yeah.
Not at Mania, probably. Yeah.
Well, especially not at Mania.
Yeah. I can't recall. I mean, there may be one.
I think he'll pin Miz. Miz will eat the pin.
Yeah, well, he has to. He's the only one in the match.
Well, Morrison's in it too.
No, Morris is on the outside. It's a singles match.
Oh, it's a singles. I thought it was a tag match. No. My bad.
I think it was supposed to be originally.
It probably would be a better match as a tag match.
I thought it was a tag match.
I thought there might have been a reason why they decided to make it a single. I can't remember what the reasoning was off the top of my head.
Because Miz has given Bad Bunny more shit than Morrison has.
Maybe. I know.
From my understanding.
I can't remember. I heard at one point, but I forgot.
All I remember is seeing Bad Bunny clock the shit out of the Miz on a Raw one.
Yeah, it was pretty stiff. Yeah, pretty stiff. Any other thoughts on this match? Or we just want to kind of slide on. All right, the next match will be for the Raw Tag Team Championships. The New Day, Kofi Kingston and Xavier Woods will defend their titles against AJ Styles and the Big Man Omos.
That's a big dude.
That's a big dude.
Yeah, well, you know what? Talent that don't go hand to hand.
No.
That talent.
Just ask the Great Khali. Yeah, the Hall of Famer, Great Khali.
I guess you're right, Ma. I take that back. You can't be tall.
But again, that's
the Giant Gonzalez.
That's the demographic from his home country, India, though. And that's why he's getting, which I've heard he's done a lot, so good for him on that. But yeah, when it comes to Almost, though, I'm not sure. We've never seen the guy, so I don't know what he's going to do. I mean,
well, from my understanding, he was actually Shane McMahon's
bodyguard.
Yeah, for the Raw thing. But
that's where he's come from.
Yeah, I just know we've never seen him in the ring.
That was with Tozawa too.
Yes.
Yeah, he was one of the ninjas or something. He's been through a lot.
Ninja.
Now, I think he's in the best setup he's got right now with AJ Styles. He's got this Kevin Nash, Diesel, Shawn Michaels thing going on, which I don't know if I'm picking this match, AJ Styles and Almost is winning the belts. But just because they're going to, I don't know. To me, it's like, all right, we're going to showcase Almost
even
a little
without
bit.
actually being in a match. They've built
they have
Almost, or whatever.
They
built him to be a beast.
I mean,
look what he did to like Big E at the Rumble. Just pulled him straight out, standing flat-footed next to the ring, and pulled him out over the top.
I mean, like I said, he's a big dude. Like, but again,
that doesn't mean talent, though. Absolutely,
we have no idea. But he's been there since what, 2018?
I think so.
Yeah, something like that.
I mean, it's not like he.
Watch him come out and just blow us all away.
Pimples on my ass that have been around longer than him. That doesn't mean that.
I know, but I'm just saying, like,
you have to do it for the Blind Side, the Green Mile put together, and this is what you get. It ain't shit. It's terrible. Just let the New Day win. Let them get AJ the fuck away from him. God, it's terrible.
I can't disagree with that at all.
I mean,
no.
I can't. I mean, I would be personally fine with that.
But what do you okay, so if you
what do you do with them? You send them the fuck home.
Not him, I'm talking about AJ. Where do you put him?
Oh, AJ, you put him back in the title picture.
Which they did do last year.
You don't think AJ and Bobby couldn't tear it up?
I'm not saying they couldn't, but I'm just saying, like,
they did do AJ and Drew McIntyre late last year, I believe. But
AJ is your workhorse right now.
I mean, it's not like they don't do it again,
Yeah.
Start the build for him and Hunter. Hunter said he wouldn't do it this year, but he said if you were given the proper prep time, he would consider it and possibly do it. Give the motherfucker a year to train, get back into shape. Hunter, and you can't get Shawn and AJ. You might as well take the next best combination.
Yeah,
I agree with that. All right,
retired Taker. He might as well retire Hunter.
Yeah, I know Ric Flair, I think, has been pushing Hunter for a retirement match last I heard. So if that's the case, I mean, might as well. It could be okay. For a Mania match, especially. Another match that I'm not super thrilled with, just because the build for this has been, to me, cringe.
Shouldn't exist. This shouldn't exist.
It's Braun Strowman versus Shane McMahon steel cage match.
Will there be choo-choo noises?
Most likely.
More than likely.
And I hope.
Will there be a kid that's getting tagged in this match?
I don't think that's happening.
Hopefully not. It's a steel cage match.
But it's a steel cage match. Means everybody's going to get involved. So
everybody's going to get involved, and Shane's jumping from the top.
Look, every WrestleMania, we know it's going to happen. We just don't know the victim. This year, it's Braun Strowman. So it's not like we shouldn't have seen it coming. It happens every WrestleMania. So.
And Shane's going to lose. There's no way in hell
Braun's winning.
Going to win this.
Yeah, I would think so. It's just.
Braun.
I'll tell you right now, if they have train noises in this again, I hope to everything that is holy that these fans boo the hell out of it, because I am
Vince isn't gonna care though.
I know,
it's a reaction.
It'll be the first time he's had a little bit of pushback live that he's had in like a year though. So
I still don't think it's gonna matter.
Between that,
how many years did we go with Roman getting that kind of reaction of constant boos?
And what's funny is they finally got Roman over as a heel, and they turned him, they finally got him over as a babyface when he came back from leukemia, and they turned him heel. But
but that heel run is legit.
They're doing great with him. We'll get to Roman.
The only thing that could turn Roman Reigns heel was leukemia.
We'll get to Roman though here in a little while. But the final match on night one is Cesaro versus Seth Rollins.
Match of the night.
That should be.
I agree. It could very well be, and I am thankful that Cesaro is finally getting a little bit of his due here and getting a singles match at WrestleMania. So to me, he wins, and he puts Seth Rollins puts him over. Personally,
hopefully,
how it should be, but
there should be no reason why he should lose.
Right.
Like legitimately.
I'm going with my boy Claudio, aka Cesaro, swing himself.
Go swing him silly, and that crowd will hopefully go nuts for it.
Oh,
Yeah.
All right, so we're going to move on to night 2 here, and we are going to start at the bottom of the card that I think, and we're going to work our way to the main event, I think. We're going to start with the United States Championship, Riddle versus Sheamus.
Take that bet off Riddle and do something else with it.
Is it too much to ask that they both blow out quads and the belt just gets stripped?
Like, I don't know what this whole. I have no idea. But it is.
I don't know if they just don't like Riddle and they are taking this as a complete rib and a practical joke, but they're making him out to be the goof of all goofs.
I have no idea.
And he's like Rob Van Dam light.
He wasn't. I mean, I don't recall him being like this in NXT. He was actually. He seemed pretty cool there.
Yeah.
You know.
I don't know what this is.
I don't.
He ain't got a scooter.
I mean, I think the match could be okay, but
the match will be okay on Riddle's part. Look, I'm not saying Sheamus ain't good, but it'll be
very limited.
Yeah.
You need to spin that shit around, bro.
You think Riddle's trash?
He's more than trash, and you know what? I tell him to his face. He beat my ass, but I'll tell him to his face. You trash. You big ass, greasy haired, hot garbage.
I mean, who's winning the match though?
Sheamus.
I'm going with Riddle. I think it'll stay Riddle.
Would.
I did Riddle for me.
So 2-2 here. Okay. Next match, which I think again.
My reasoning. My reasoning is to continue making him a bigger goof.
Well, that's possible. I mean, that does have Vince McMahon written all over it. Anything that doesn't involve another entrance for Riddle with freaking birds shooting out of his feet, I'm happy with. I don't know. That was another thing that made me so.
What now?
You see a bird shot out of his feet?
Last week on Raw.
Like, what?
The Riddle come down to the ring, and you know the spot where he usually jumps in the ring and kicks his flip-flops off?
Right.
When he does that, they added cartoon birds coming out of his feet. I kid you not.
My God.
You're lying.
No, look it up. Look it up. It's real.
Send us the link.
I'll send it to you once the stream is over. But yeah, it is.
You go about your business. I'm looking.
Okay. It was
There's no fucking way that happened.
Garbage.
You're lying.
Eric, April Fool's was 3 days ago.
This was before that.
They ain't do that.
Well, this after the fact.
No, they did.
No way.
Yes, they added train sounds to Braun. You can't believe this?
No, because it's just so absurd.
Stupid.
Am I the only one who saw this?
Yes.
Yes, because I don't watch Raw.
Oh God, he's not lying.
I told you.
Cartoon, colorful birds too. They couldn't even make them all look like doves.
Oh my God!
You know when you in the cartoons when them birds.
You think I lied? Okay. Yo. Now that's settled. Let's move on from that atrocity.
That's trash.
Kevin Owens versus Sami Zayn with Logan Paul.
That was fucking horrible.
Yo.
Yeah, I think obviously the match with Kevin and Sami could be great because they obviously know each other very well.
They always do. Yeah.
NXT.
Logan's gonna ruin it.
Yeah, I don't know what.
Why is he there?
The only thing I can think of.
Sammy and him have been talking on Twitter about Sammy's documentary.
Yeah, this documentary where he's been underutilized and screwed over and all this stuff.
Which I mean, he's technically not wrong.
Now, granted, Sami Zayn's done some great work from what I could tell with this gimmick, better than what he probably should, because the gimmick's not great, but. Match-wise, like I said, Kevin and Sami, they go way back. NXT had some great stuff, so that could be good. Now, Logan Paul being there, I think it's just because the other celebrities on night 1 with Bad Bunny. Logan Paul is a celebrity on night 2. So in that case, I get it. But to me, I really don't care who wins this. It's just kind of a whatever. I think probably Kevin Owens, but I could go either way.
I think Sami will win.
Dumbass Logan Paul.
Yeah, maybe.
The power of celebrities.
Yeah. So that's all we want to spend on this one.
Yeah.
Okay, let's move on quickly.
Sami for the win.
Wait, hold on.
Okay.
Who'd you say, Sami? I think KO's gonna win.
I think KO. Yeah.
2-2 again.
2-2. Split down the middle again. All right. We're going to move on to the Intercontinental Championship. Big E will defend his title against Apollo Crews. Personally, I think what they're doing with Apollo Crews has been pretty good. I think
Isn't that the same gimmick he had on the Indies?
I'm not sure. Maybe I just feel like Paul Heyman's got his hands all over this.
Oh yeah.
My vote is for Coming to America to win.
Yeah, I mean, it was a little.
Demonetized again.
It was a little.
I agree. I think Apollo should win.
It was a little off-putting where he come out one week didn't have an accent, next week he had one. Kind of like Kofi Kingston when he dropped his accent. But
yeah, but like that's his natural accent.
But don't get me wrong, the gimmick I think is actually not too bad. And Apollo's
Turn
getting
on shoes. You can get this man a belt.
Yeah, and Apollo's actually getting screen time, so you can't complain. Yeah, but yeah, I think Apollo Crews wins this match. Wins the title.
I think Apollo wins this
match. No, I think they're trying to push. I think they're trying to push Big E, but I think Apollo, just because they're building.
Yeah, and Big E will keep.
Well, and I can see it. I actually could see it.
I'm about to beat my wife. Lord.
well, one episode we're done.
Cancel.
What to say about that one?
In any case, all right, we'll move on to.
Say that you told twice.
We'll move on to
in the words of Vince, you're fired.
Yeah. He's going to take the whole channel down with him. All right. Okay, so we're going to move on to Bray Wyatt, or the newly charcoaled Fiend, with
Marshmallow Wyatt,
with Alexa Bliss versus Randy Orton. This is another one I don't care about at all.
Wyatt should win and will win.
Probably. What they're doing with the Fiend character, I'm not into personally.
I don't know what happened.
I mean, I think Alexa's doing the best she can with what they're giving her. I really
feel
do.
Goldberg ruined it all. I blame Goldberg.
Blame him for a lot.
Well, yeah.
Like
my wings extra.
I liked it all in the beginning, but now, like, I don't know what this is.
I liked it all the way up until that Goldberg match in Saudi. After that, after he lost to Goldberg, I was like, nah, I'm done with you. Be gone.
I just got this feeling we're going to get Worms projected onto the mat again or something crazy.
I
silly.
really fucking hope not.
I mean, I don't know. Maybe Randy Orton wins because I think he's the
Why?
I don't know, because they've been making him throw up black goo for the last month, and maybe he's like the baby face. Even though I think he's supposed to be the heel in this, I really don't know.
Did you hear the rumor that Uncle Dave is shooting down? That supposedly that is Bo Dallas got burned alive, and he's going to be revealed that it was him, and Bray Wyatt's going to be nice and clean and freshly unburnt.
I mean,
supposedly. It's going to be revealed that was Bo Dallas under the mask.
That sounds real fucking dumb.
But again, I don't put that past WWE at all.
Well, no, God, no, I don't.
I mean, maybe.
That is.
Well,
it ought to be interesting.
Who knows? But my official vote is for Crispy Critter, Bray Wyatt.
Yeah, same.
I mean, I could see it go either way, but yeah, I'd probably take Bray Wyatt if I had to make the choice.
Yeah.
But yeah. It's Damon, what's your pick? Or did you?
For what match are we talking about now?
The one we were talking about for like the
last. It's Marshmallow Wyatt.
Marshmallow. All right. Okay, cool. Love that.
Hey, Pup Wyatt.
All right. We're going to get on to, I think, possibly two of the best matches of the night, if not the best ones. Asuka defending her title against Rhea Ripley for the Raw Women's Championship.
Should be Rhea.
Yeah, I was about to say, as much as I don't want Asuka to lose, it'll be. I think Rhea's going to win that one.
Ripley's going to win this year, since
it's not going to be as good as Bianca and
no,
it'll be close.
Yeah,
it'll be close, but Ripley's going to win.
Yeah, I agree with that. Ripley to me should have beat Charlotte last year.
Yeah,
but I was very upset with that match result.
I mean, I don't know if it's true that Charlotte refused to lose to an NXT talent. I don't know if any of that's true. But the fact remains, I think Rhea Ripley should get the title this year.
Bro, that is, you cannot. You got 10 seconds and that's it, bro. You can't.
Yeah. Don't be getting no copyright strike now. Yeah, we don't need none of that. So
we don't need that.
Yeah. but yeah, so we're all in agreement with Rhea Ripley here, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. What I think is the final match, and I think will main event the show. Roman Reigns defending the Universal Championship, along with Paul Heyman versus Edge and Daniel Bryan. It's triple threat, all three of them against each other. But anyway.
Match of the show, Daniel Bryan.
Why?
Why what?
Why would he win?
Why wouldn't he win?
Because Roman's in the match.
Yeah. Like, I don't.
He's the only
As much as I
babyface.
like Daniel, he should not be in this match.
No, hold on. If
How can you take the belt off of Roman and still keep him strong by not having him pinned?
Yeah, and then he just goes on a.
Well, the whole idea, from what I understand, is Daniel Bryan is in this match to take the fall. Edge pins Daniel, and Roman stays strong because he didn't lose.
See, that's how I was thinking, but just reverse your winner. That was my thought process.
Now, and it's interesting the way they set it up because Daniel Bryan is talking like this could be his last Mania, last chance for a big WrestleMania moment. But Edge has kind of got that same storyline to a degree. So it could go either way there. I personally don't think you should be taking the belt off Roman Reigns anytime soon.
Hell no.
I agree with that, but I mean, I don't know. It just depends on night one how that match turns out because I don't see both major heavyweight titles changing hands at WrestleMania. So, in my opinion, if night one, if you get a title change, then you're probably not going to get one on night two, and vice versa. If you don't get one on night one, then somebody in that triple threat's probably going to walk away that's not named Roman with the title.
That's fair, and I'm pretty sure they did that last year, didn't they?
But so you don't see Edge winning it though.
Tony, still there?
I'm here.
Okay. We didn't hear your response. Sorry.
Your video.
I didn't hear what you guys said.
I said, so you don't see Edge winning?
I want myself personally. If I had to pick somebody, I would want Edge. I want Roman to keep the belt, but if it was going to change, I'd want Edge. But I don't see him doing it. I think Edge is too much of a liability. Yes,
yeah.
He already got hurt once. And granted, it wasn't his neck that was repaired, but he still got hurt. He's more fragile than anybody else in there. Yeah. I don't see it. If anyone's going to win the title off Roman, it's going to be Edge. Or, I'm sorry, DB, Daniel Bryan.
Well, and that's very possible. He's the only babyface in this match now, which is why if I have to choose the winner, I'm still going to go with Roman Reigns. I would have taken Edge originally because they had him as the babyface, winning the Rumble, going the whole way, getting his moment, and winning the title. But apparently the reports are saying Vince all of a sudden looked at him and said he's too old, and they turned him heel. Because
isn't he kind of like a tweener right now? Is he still kind of like
he went full blown heel at the last pay-per-view, and he's been heel since. Attacking both guys with chairs and just laying them out with concertos and things like that. So I'm going to stick with Roman just because I think that's who it should stay on. But I agree with Tony. If someone's going to maybe win, I would have taken Edge originally, but now that Daniel's in this, which again I kind of agree with Damon, he maybe should never have been in this match. But if you're going to tell it, maybe he is the babyface to win, and kind of like WrestleMania 30 all over again. But
I just can't see him being put in unless he was gonna win. Because why ruin that perfectly good match? Like you said, the rumor about him being old, Vince feeling he's old. Vince probably feels he's a liability too. He's somebody in there that's going to be reliable. And I think, not saying that Roman's not, but I'm telling you, I think Daniel's going to win it, man.
I don't even think it's the age that Vince is going to see as a liability. It's the injury that Edge had last year after Mania.
It was a full match it was like his first full
match. And
a
neck injury that put him out for 7 years?
I think Daniel's in this match mostly to, make sure the match has got good flow.
Oh, yeah.
It takes to obviously carry a lot of this match with Roman because Edge is going to come in when he can. Things like that. But I don't know how that's going to affect the winner.
I mean, as far as like the age thing, I mean, you had fucking Goldberg out that had the title. You're gonna tell me Goldberg's not old?
All right. I mean, I get that. I see your point there.
So I don't think it's the age of Edge; it's the injury.
It's a liability. He's too
either way, it's a liability. But I don't feel like it's the age. It's the fact that he got injured last year after Mania. Yeah. But no, it essentially, I feel Roman's going to win this. It's Edge and Edge's son, because like you said, Eric, they both have that. This is our last shot at a Mania moment. We want it now. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And I don't know how
I'm going to go with Roman on this too. So.
I don't know how you let one have it and the other one not. They'll both somehow get it, or they both won't get it.
I mean, I think Roman should be the winner. I think he should be. Now, do I think that may happen? Who knows?
I guess it really depends on how much pull Paul has behind stage.
Yeah, I can honestly see them giving it to Edge because that was the plan the whole way, from what I could tell. But I don't see him giving it to Daniel. But Tony could be right. Very well could be.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
I wouldn't be upset with any of them really long term. I just think the story they're telling, outside of Roman, it doesn't make much sense.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah.
All right. Well, if that's the last match of the card, why don't we do this match of the Mania? Who thinks it's going to be? Who's going to take away that title? Best match of WrestleMania
between both nights, or are we going to do
between both nights overall? WrestleMania best match.
Crap.
I'm going to go with a dark horse. I'm going to go Cesaro and Seth Rollins.
I say that was the first match that popped into my mind.
If given the time,
the Roman match.
If given the time and they're allowed to do what they can do, I think that could very well steal the show. Like a Ricky Steamboat, Randy Savage type thing. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Boo, what you think?
I think Bianca and Sasha Banks.
Call?
I mean, again, given the time and allowed to do what they're able to do, I think that, and I even think Daniel Bryan, Edge, and Roman Reigns could be very good. I mean, they're all good, and All right, so that's the WrestleMania predictions for all the matches. Also, WrestleMania weekend is an interesting topic, though. I'd like to maybe get some opinions on here. News broke this week that Chris Jericho is going to be on the Stone Cold Broken Skull Sessions interview segment that's on the WWE Network immediately following WrestleMania Night 2 on Sunday night. What do you guys think about this?
So let me get this clear. AEW's Chris Jericho, Le Champion, is going to be on
first
WWE
ever champion, mind you, that too.
A little bit of the bubble session. Yeah.
Oof.
It's going to be amazing. This is people can play it however they want to or whatnot, but this is groundbreaking. I mean, never other than the WWE, ECW Invasion, and I don't mean the 2001 Invasion angle. I'm talking when they were in, I believe, what was it, the Hammerstein Ballroom, or where were they filming Monday Night Raw for the longest time when it first started?
Was it not the Hammerstein Ballroom?
It might have been the Hammerstein. I might be wrong.
I think it was like, wasn't it in New York? I don't think it was wrong.
Yeah.
I don't know if it was the Hammerstein, but yeah, I know the building you're talking about. Yeah.
It was in Manhattan.
Yeah.
Manhattan Center.
Manhattan Center. Yes. Yeah.
But yeah, when Paul Heyman came on and did commentary, and his guys came in, this is my big as that, if not bigger. I'm telling you, I'm hoping this leads to things. I've always had a super show in my mind where it's like you got a card consisting of AEW, WWE, New Japan, Ring of Honor, some kind of holy thing together.
That would be dope.
WrestlePalooza.
Well, I mean, we know that Tony Khan and AEW are not adverse to working with other companies. They've been working with Impact. We've worked with New Japan guys. So I think Tony Khan and AEW would probably be up for it. I just don't know if Vince would. Yeah, Vince is the one.
The only way Hunter, he would be, because he would see the positives in it.
Well,
Vince.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Unless he can make a shit ton of money from it, I don't see him doing it.
I mean, I don't
see
why
he would make money from it.
Well, and here's the thing:
Vince, money hand over fist.
Vince.
Oh hell yeah!
Vince is allowing this.
Who knows? Maybe he's senile enough to realize, shit, I could actually make more money doing shit with other things.
This is nothing.
Joking.
This is nothing against you, but he ain't seen. I hate when people say that Vince. I mean, don't get me wrong. I don't think Vince has done great booking, but it's because he's probably lazy. He doesn't really have competition. Yes, NXT was losing to AEW, but let's be honest. Vince really wanted to sit down, pull his fucking hat on straight, and give him the business. WWE would be. You can't. Vince is the reason why we have pro wrestling right now. So I'm just saying, I think he's bored, and I think he wants to see what he can do with this. He's not senile, man.
No, well,
I was joking.
No, listen, here's the thing.
That's the thing.
Say that we all know, like, legitimately, Vince, when he wanted to, has given you great content.
Right.
Like, let's just be real. You may not agree with some of the choices he's made thus far, but, like, legitimately, you cannot say that he hasn't done things that legit surprise you didn't see coming. So for something like this, especially with Chris Jericho in AEW, the possibilities are endless. Essentially, I mean, you could dream book a lot of matches out of this.
Yes, you could.
Well, and
So
go ahead.
And you know that Chris Jericho and Vince still have a good relationship, despite when he left and went to AEW. He had a conversation with Vince before he made that choice. And
yeah, where Vince asked him if he could back out of it. By the way,
yeah,
and Chris said, "No, I just signed a contract."
Yeah. So it's not like it would be unheard of for the conversation. And you've seen how Stone Cold posted the conversation, how it went. Vince was just like, yeah, whatever.
Yeah, Grandpa couldn't understand the text. So I'm going to text him again to make sure this is okay. Can I bring Chris on this show? All right. Yeah. Well, and think about
amazing.
And think about it this way too. AEW does, outside of Dynamite on Wednesday during WrestleMania week, they don't, and the dark shows, they don't have any televised shows WrestleMania weekend. So from an AEW perspective, Jericho just got AEW's name in WrestleMania Sunday.
Yeah.
Not saying that he's intentionally, trying to cause trouble or anything. I mean, because obviously they got a good relationship. So, but I will say this: a part of me wonders how much of the Broken Skull Sessions interview is going to even allude to AEW much. I feel that even though Vince is allowing it, we're going to find. I mean, maybe it's not a big deal. Maybe it's just me. But I wonder if maybe they don't talk about AEW much, and it's all about the Attitude Era stuff, Jericho stuff from WCW and WWE, and that's it. But
that's all stuff we heard on Jericho's podcast and any other interview Jericho's done. Like,
if this was 10 years ago, then I'd say you're absolutely right.
And
I would.
I'm just saying, I'm curious to see it. I think it very well they could.
I bet you it's going to open with it, like just the elephant AEW.
Yeah. If it does,
that's what they're going to do to Stone Cold. They're going to fire him. I mean, the man's already made his millions. I mean, dude,
he can run his own podcast.
Right.
We know that for a fact. So
yeah, I mean, they very well could.
All right, you got about 10 minutes worth of AEW talk, but I mean, he might put a damper on it. He ain't going to I bet you they open with it. I'm calling it, man.
They very well could. And I don't think it's going to be completely off the table. I just wonder how much.
Right.
That's all. I think they very well could. But yeah, we'll see. But. Yeah, so
it's gonna be exciting.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be a great interview, regardless of all them Broken Skull sessions that WWE Network puts out are very, very, especially like Undertaker. I haven't seen the Randy Orton one yet, but I know.
Oh, I'm halfway through it.
That was good.
That was
really
good.
Okay, well, they've all been stellar, so I'm looking forward to it.
I enjoyed Taker's and was it Bailey's?
Sasha's.
Sasha?
Maybe it was Sasha. I haven't seen hers either, but yeah, they've
done
one
one with Bailey.
Well, they've got a good list of roster there to go through if Stone Cold wants to interview him, and they can tell some. Stone Cold
was good too.
Stone Cold is just a very good interviewer. I mean, having the podcast he had for a while gave him all that experience, so he knows the right questions to ask. One more wrestling topic I thought we'd get into before we maybe branch out into a little bit more, maybe some movie talk over the last week, and maybe might even finish up with a little maybe what we're maybe going to play video game wise this week on the Twitch or whatever you guys do. These guys are more the video gamers than I am. I will admit it. But anyway, one of the big topics from AEW, especially this week, was the idea of, are there too many factions? And if the factions in AEW are starting to become a bad thing. Because they got the Dark Order, they just had the Nightmare Family split into two different factions. They've got Pac and his group with the the Death Triangle. They've got the Pinnacle. They've got the Inner Circle. They've the Jungle Express or whatever. They've got all these different factions, and a lot of people online are saying, "When enough's enough. Maybe you guys need to pull back a little bit on it." But yeah, as I was going to say, the bright side of it is, in my opinion, is by having all these other lesser known wrestlers in these factions, they get screen time. And you actually get to develop in matches that pit the factions against each other, and you branch out a little bit that way. But there's a lot of people who feel like they're overdoing it. So, that's valid criticism.
every wrestling company has had factions.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But not 15 at one time.
That's the argument.
New Japan though. New Japan had a bunch of them, and all those guys who came from there.
Good point.
Were in factions,
the Bullet Clubs and all that stuff. Yeah.
You're talking about Japanese wrestling to American wrestling. It's like you're apples to oranges.
Yeah, good point.
I understand that, and that's what I'm saying. Like, so, but that was their comfort zone. You know what I'm saying? So, like, that's what they knew how to do, and then they would take certain stars out of in those factions, and then push them certain ways. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, but inevitably they all end up like they always do. Somebody will be the big star, and then everybody get pushed out. It's kind of like a default formula that works in the short term, not really the long term, because you don't want it to turn into an NWO thing where everybody's a part of this faction and there's no single stars.
At least there's more than one faction. NWO was just they split
one
into
entity.
They split into two, but yeah, for the most part.
Even in that, so you had NWO.
Well, there was a few others.
My grandmother joined, and then NWO Wolfpack, but out of the Wolfpack spurned the Filthy Animals. So it was like,
don't forget the LWO.
Yeah,
and the LWO.
I mean, there was a few others, but for the most part, it was the NWO. But in this case, there's 15, and you got to remember too, a lot of these guys like Kenny Omega and these guys who have been to Japan, so they, have had all those factions, and maybe they're taking that formula a little bit, maybe trying to put it in AEW.
But you're not doing anything necessarily with these factions except for the Pinnacle and Inner Circle. They're the only ones that right now have this kind of. Well, I guess now with Nightmare Family and
they've got some brooding clashes between factions and different. So they're doing some stuff with all the other ones. But I honestly think the biggest reason they're doing this is they're building to Blood and Guts, which is their version of War Games. They were going to do it last year, but the pandemic happened. And now the fans are slowly starting to come back. I think they want to start the build because they want to do that to kick off real big, like a big pay-per-view event once they get fans back. That's what I think they're doing. I honestly think we ought to just maybe do a wait-and-see approach with it. I know a lot of people don't care for AEW. I understand it. I am probably the defender of AEW in this group. I actually do enjoy it.
Your camera is frozen on my screen.
Oh, well, hopefully it'll work itself out. But can y'all still hear me?
Hey, man, this is just the first night.
Yeah. So as long as you can hear me, we're good. We'll work out the kinks. But yeah, so I think we'll see what they do. But I get it. I get AEW is not everybody's cup of tea. I do. But to me, I think the thing I like the most about AEW is at least a lot of times their booking decisions make more sense. I get it. They have a lot of botches. They have some green wrestlers. Some of them maybe shouldn't even be on television yet. But the downside is they don't have a lot of house shows to do. I think that's what the dark shows are for, more for them to get some seasoning and some experience. And once they get that, I think they'll be better on the television shows. But they're still young. I want to give them a chance. But yeah, I totally understand it. I just like them more from a storyline booking standpoint for the most part.
I get it, man.
Yeah.
I totally get it. I mean, I'm probably the harshest critic of AEW out of this group.
And they do deserve criticism.
I do. I really want to see something else other than WWE. I want them to succeed. But I just have, much like how you feel sometimes with WWE, is how I feel with AEW. It's very hard to justify a lot of those things. Plus, I'm a Jim Cornette guy. What can I say?
Yeah. I mean, I get it. I mean, I was one of the first people to say I thought that the whole Christian announcement, that was botched. I thought that was a bad.
Yeah.
I mean, I understand why they did it the way they did it. They were trying to create a buzz, but I think when you do that, you've got to deliver. Or undersell it and then over deliver, but don't oversell it and under deliver.
Yeah.
But
it was one of those things that was like, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying Christian's terrible.
He's serviceable and he'll be a good hand. He will. But
when you build it up to I'm thinking, Roman Reigns just defected. You had some top star that was huge, and then
I thought Brock
gonna throw up there.
I honestly thought it was Brock.
I mean, there's talks of Angle being the guy,
and I heard CM Punk too at times. So there's a lot of.
Anything that AEW is going to do with the mystery star coming in is going to be fucking Punk.
Like at this point, let it go.
Yeah,
it's not going to happen.
If it does, it does. If it doesn't, we don't need to be expecting it though. And even if
My
it does,
on anything Punk coming back, it's gonna finally be when it does die down.
Yeah,
that's when he'll return.
And then when he does, what has he got left at that point? I mean, who knows? I mean,
look, man, we've seen his MMA career. I mean, at least he did it. I'll give him that. But
We'll give him credit for trying. A for effort.
You could. At least he did it. Yeah, that's a good way of putting it.
He did it.
I mean, got more guts than I do. I'd have gotten murdered. So
you got exactly what he did.
We all did.
Yeah, what he did.
Yeah. At least he didn't lose a finger. I heard some guy lost a finger this last week.
No, thank you. How you lose a finger? Like,
and an MMA,
did he get caught on the fence?
Like, apparently, I don't know. I saw the photos Punk was posting, and it was about some guy lost a finger in a fight.
Lost a finger in an MMA match.
Yeah, but anyhow, that's neither here nor there.
Whole finger, like half.
It was completely gone.
Bro.
Yeah,
damn.
How hard you gotta hit a motherfucker and knock his finger off?
I thought I heard somewhere they were telling people to look for it.
Oh no! I know what this is. No,
was it not real?
I believe. No, he threw. I think he threw a punch, and his finger. I don't know. It got exposed or something, and it jammed so bad it compound fractured. That's why it was just dangling.
Never mind.
That's gross.
It may have just been the picture I saw too, but it looked like
I feel like that would be a worse situation.
Cut it off.
Either way. But yeah, I think they were looking. But sorry for everybody who's got squeamish stomachs. But anyhow, all right. So that's all for the wrestling portion of the podcast. I think we're going to move into a little bit of some movie talk, a little bit to kind of end the show up here and put a nice little bow on it.
Before we go into the movie, I was looking on Twitter just now. Apparently, Rey Mysterio's in the trending section because apparently people are seeing him without his mask. And are freaking out about it.
Watch WCW about 20 years ago.
Yeah, I say.
Did you say he's in the trendy section?
Yeah, like it popped. I went into the search and it was there.
Are we sure this isn't like a COVID thing where they're making fun for not wearing a mask, or is it just like
no? There's pictures of him and his daughter and with Dominic without his wrestling mask.
Okay. Well, I think I did see some stuff going around earlier, but
people were like, "What?"
I mean,
well, you got to think too, though.
Yeah, late.
In WWE, the filthy animals, and he didn't have his mask on. Yeah. Most of the people that would be like freaking out about it now was probably Ania's age, or not even born.
Yeah, people who watch WWE have probably never seen him without a mask. So I get it, but I mean, it's his personal life.
I just found it hilarious. It's like,
but you could have Googled Rey Mysterio and you could find pictures of him without it.
Oh yeah, and I get a lot of people.
You can see him in the ring in the WCW on that night.
It's just a lot of WWE's audience. Like it or not, and sometimes we complain about the booking and storyline stuff, but we're not the target audience for WWE anymore.
No,
we're not. When I was 10 years old, when we all fell in love with it, we were the target audience. It's just Vince is not
crotching everybody.
Yeah. No, and we grew up, but we were teenagers.
That's a little bit beyond my time.
Yeah, and we were teenagers when all that stuff happened. But now
it was this. We weren't. We was.
Yeah, we were Ric Flair. Woo! All that stuff. Limousine riding.
That was the
jet flying.
Ruthless aggression.
Yeah, all that stuff. But now, now it's funny how WWE's like target audience, especially in the ratings, is 50-some years old and older. Like that's their biggest audience.
Oh.
Well, that's because AEW exists, and it's
and they get a lot more of the younger audience.
Sweet 18 to whatever the end of that scale is.
Right, but hey, you can't.
That's because children have a short attention span, so you got to do.
And you can't.
I've got a short attention span,
and you do.
Yeah, and you can't fault WWE. They're making money hand over fist. They get these $1 billion
last year
deals.
they made a profit last year despite the pandemic.
Yeah, they made more money last year without fans than I mean,
look, made enough money.
People got pissed about that.
They can take. They got so much cock money. They're good. They don't have to worry about a thing.
No. When you're getting $1 billion deals from Fox and Peacock, you ain't got to worry about nothing. All right, so
the Saudi deal.
Yeah, that too. Yeah, that's another one. All right, so there was some movie stuff going on this week. First of all, I don't want to really get into any spoilers here in case some people have not seen it, including this panel. I don't know who's seen what, but I want to give some overall thoughts for anybody who watched the recent episode of The Falcon and the Winter Soldier on Disney+.
I did.
Because
I haven't watched an episode of that.
Okay.
Season 3 yet.
All right,
I haven't watched episode 3 yet.
You haven't seen episode 3. What about you, Tony? You watched any of that?
I've not watched any episodes yet.
Okay, well,
I haven't seen a single thing of it.
So, Brandon, we'll just do a little quick thing. I know you've not seen episode 3, but what are your thoughts so far on the show?
I enjoy it. I watched it with my wife, and her biggest complaint is watching one episode, and then you know how it always leaves you on a cliffhanger. And she goes, "No, I gotta wait another week." So
point.
at least I know she's into it. I like where it's going now, especially with the name that was dropped towards the end of episode 2. So I'm interested to see where it goes from there.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I thought episode 3 was probably the best episode of the season so far.
Mm-hmm.
We've only got 3 episodes left, but they're about an hour apiece. We're looking at a 6-hour movie overall.
Mm-hmm. Yo, man, the production on this,
yes, movie
is crazy.
Movie quality. They spent millions on this thing.
They got that Disney money.
Yeah, and I thought
on the other episodes.
Yeah, I mean, and I know a lot of us are into comic books here and stuff like that, and the comic book movies and stuff. TV shows, it's a little new for them. Everybody's still trying to get adjusted, I think, to watching TV shows weekly as opposed to a 2-hour movie. But just kind of like WandaVision, I don't know who else seen that or not. But
I ain't seen none of that yet.
Okay, well,
I loved WandaVision.
WandaVision was great, but I will say, watching it week to week, the first few weeks it was kind of all right. Where are they going?
It was slow.
It was a very slow start.
Slow burned the shit out of it.
Yeah, but I thought week 4 and week 5, you're hooked.
Week 4 is when it really started picking up.
Yeah, because they go over everything from the first 3 episodes, what was going on, and you're like, oh, and they got you by, yeah. He's over there flexing, but yeah. So
we got Hogan over here in the chat now.
Yeah.
In the corner, like,
yeah. But yeah, so I highly encourage everybody to check out, because these shows are supposed to tie into the films and stuff. So if we start to get into more the MCU movies, hopefully we'll come back sometime.
I know WandaVision's tying into the sequel to Strange. What is Winter Falcon Soldier going into?
Winter Falcon Soldier.
That's what I've been calling it from the start.
Well,
Winter Falcon Soldier over here.
I don't want to say too much about what I think the Falcon and Winter Soldier is tying into going forward, because those who've not seen episode 3, Brandon, the ending of that episode may hint at where they're going.
Thunderbolts.
Well, maybe that's also a possibility.
That'd be gangster.
But I'm just.
Of all, don't just say Brandon. Like, I ain't the only one that
I know, but I'm just saying.
No, I haven't.
But the end of episode 3.
Obviously, I would assume it would lead into the next Captain America movie.
Well,
obviously.
I don't know. Maybe.
Let it go.
They don't have any Captain America movie on the docket yet, but
you know why? Because he's gone.
Well, and Falcon may get his own.
Just like Tony Stark.
Even though this is kind of Falcon's movie.
Spoiler.
I was gone like I did.
But I'll just say, watch the end of episode 3. I think that might be a hint at where these characters may kind of go in another film. I'll say that. Right. But WandaVision, though, yeah, you mentioned it ties into Doctor Strange. It also ties into Spider-Man. What was it? Oh, crap. What was the movie? Anyway, the Spider-Man movie that comes out this December is supposed to tie into that, and then Doctor Strange.
Way Home.
Spider-Man.
No Way Home.
No Way Home. Thank you.
No Way Home. That's right.
I just had But anyway, so yeah, I recommend watching those. Also this week, a movie that I know I've seen. I don't want to do spoilers on this either, but Godzilla vs. Kong.
That movie was gangster.
I ain't seen it yet.
Nope.
But I bet you I can tell you what happens. A big ass monkey fights a big ass lizard. I think it's the lizard from Taco Bell in commercial back in the day. One growls, one roars. Yeah, that's it.
Mecha Tony over here.
I know, like, you just straight up turned into a robot.
Did you bring in the Chihuahua from Taco Bell?
No, the lizard.
The lizard. Oh,
yeah, that guy.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, no, the dog's probably in there somewhere too.
Why not?
What, no.
I mean, they kind of throw everything in the kitchen sink.
It'll be like this wheel, because I just predicted that shit.
It was solid. I enjoyed it.
Yeah, I mentioned to you the other day, I thought the story was. But again, you don't go to these movies looking for story and Shakespeare. You don't. I get it.
No, you want to see the big monster fight the big monster.
Right, and that
is basically all you care about.
If you want it, never mind.
Yeah.
Bruh.
And in that regard, it delivered its space. I will say that. So it's highly worth a watch. HBO Max, it's also in theaters, I believe, as well.
Man, stop plugging other people's shit. They ain't paying us.
Yeah, but everybody needs to know.
Hashtag not sponsored.
Yeah.
Not sponsored.
Yeah, pay us.
HBO Max give me a deal. You can say all you want.
Yeah, we're doing all your work for you. I mean, it is Warner Brothers. God knows they can't make a freaking cinematic universe to save their life.
Over here.
and that.
See, I do want to see that Mortal Kombat. Though.
Yeah, and that got pushed back a week, but it's still at the end of April, so that'll be fun. Speaking of cinematic universes they can't get right, did anybody watch the Zack Snyder's Justice League?
Nope.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
Better things to do, like sleep.
Okay. Well, yeah. Well, I mean,
I've seen the theatrical cut. I've seen enough of it.
I'll say that.
Go ahead and fast forward to the nightmare scene.
Mhm.
That was amazing.
I'll say that it's a lot better than the theatrical cut. It's very much more character driven. You get a whole backstory to Cyborg, which was completely cut out of the theatrical cut. You also
He
get
got cut out altogether.
basically, which is why
Essentially, yeah.
which is why Ray Fisher was really upset partially. Also,
Could blame him.
they did a lot better job with Flash, and they definitely gave a lot more character to Steppenwolf. So it's definitely worth a watch. The action is actually a lot more in this as well, I think. So if you got time, I know it's 4 freaking hours. Yeah, I get it. But the good part is it's broken up in chapters, so it's like you can watch a half hour, stop, watch it, because it actually shows on the screen where it breaks up the time. So it's not too bad. But anyway, the report going around this week was that the Flash movie coming out next year in 2022 will lend clarity to where the Justice League is going on screen moving forward. Because Zack Snyder's Justice League, they're not going to follow up on it at all. They've said it's not canon.
Because of course not.
And WWE or WB wants to
WWE.
Yeah, well, we're a wrestling talk, but they want to move forward from this incarnation and start afresh. But I think they're going to keep
Stop doing that. Like
I know.
How many? What is this? Like the third or fourth time for a restart?
I understand, but I think what their line of thinking was Man of Steel.
They don't have one.
Made money. Yeah, it made money, but not what they were hoping. They were wanting to catch up to Marvel too fast and get all the billions of dollars, and it didn't happen right away, and they got cold feet again.
You know why? Because you have 18 different reboots for characters who are already established and who we know who they are already. So you keep...
They need to do what Marvel did with Spider-Man with Holland. No origin stories.
Well, and that's the good...
Cut the origin story.
And
you already know him by now.
And that's the good thing about the new Batman movie, which doesn't even take place in this timeline. It's all messed up. But
Sparkle Boy?
Yeah, it's like the Dark Knight. It's set apart. But it doesn't. They're going to pick up a year after he started, so you don't have to do the origins at least. So that's a good thing.
Isn't that like that? Like he's a year into being essentially it's Batman year 1 or whatever.
Yeah, basically. Yeah.
Yo, but that animated
place on Earth 2. That's what I read today. Well, taking place on Earth 2.
Yeah, on Earth 2. But the Flash movie is supposed to deal with obviously probably the Flash either trying to go back and save his mother. You know, that the old classic storyline of Flashpoint.
He's doing Flashpoint.
Which they say it's not going to be Flashpoint, but I think it's going to heavily be influenced.
Flashpoint.
Yeah, so
if you don't have David Wayne shooting people with a pistol, I ain't watching.
I don't know if you're going to get that much.
Brothers is like your parents when they on that shit, and Justice League is like the kids that get taken away, and then we the fans like judge decide when you get your kids back. Depending on how much you get your shit together and how straight things are.
That is trash.
So Warner Brothers, get off that smack so we can give your kids back.
Yeah, I know a lot of people want restore the Snyderverse. Now, I can kind of understand after knowing where Snyder was going to take Justice League 2 and 3 because I've read the storyboards. It does kind of have a finality ending to it, and I feel like Warner Brothers just wants to keep that ball rolling a little bit, which I understand they were going to do stuff in between with the Batman movie and Deathstroke and a bunch of stuff. But anyway, from what I understand, the Flash movie is going to explain why we still have Wonder Woman, Aquaman, and some of those that we already have cast, and we're going to have probably new versions coming in with reboot to kind of restart. But I wish they'd stop restarting, just keep going. But, yeah. All right. The last bit of movie news I thought we maybe kind of go over. I don't know if anybody have seen it, but they has a lot of movie trailers this week from the Suicide Squad. Black Widow got a new trailer. Space Jam 2 also got a new trailer. Did anybody
seen any of those yet?
Space Jam 2, I saw the trailer. That's trash. Fuck that movie.
It's garbage.
What's wrong with you? That don't look bad. I mean, I hate LeBron because he stepped on my New Balances. He still
I thought it was Pumas.
No.
New Balances, son. I was getting ready to cut the
grass. I was chatting with my mom about it, and she told me the plot from what she understood it. It's trash. I don't want to see it.
Well, to me,
I don't want it to exist.
It looked like a commercial for HBO Max and Warner Brothers other properties because it looked like Ready Player One. They took all of like the Matrix, the Lord of the Rings, the DC stuff. They put it all into Space Jam. And it's like
Yeah, all these characters are going to be in this. I mean, that short camp, like the mask, Jim Carrey's mask, he's going to be in it. And he actually, from what I heard, did like some CGI voices and shit so they can make it as authentic as possible.
Really?
But he's a part of it. Yeah, so
Well, I
looks
mean,
interesting.
I don't even think Jim Carrey can save it for me.
well,
I'm going to be honest.
to be
I
honest,
don't think Carrey can
Jim
save
Carrey-
it for me.
Ace Ventura 3 to
Yo, I do.
stages.
yeah, that was another movie.
Now, also, I listened to the trailer. Am I like I'm pretty sure I was crazy. Did anyone else hear a yabba dabba do in that trailer?
There was a Flintstones bunch in that too.
God.
Yeah,
Did Warner Brothers
Yeah.
buy Hanna-Barbera, or were they ever owned? By
I believe HBO
Warner
Max has the rights to the Hanna-Barbera catalog, if I remember
Because of the
correctly.
Cartoon Network stuff.
Yeah.
And yeah.
Brothers? Fair enough.
So they're like I said, it's kind of a big
So out of
commercial.
place, but fair
So,
enough.
what you saying? We gonna get Fred Flintstone dunking on people?
I don't think so.
That-
Bedrock is gonna
If
be out
that's
by
in the
the
movie, that
yeah.
may save it for me.
Yo,
I would love to see Fred just dunk on some.
If Fred
goons.
don't throw an alley oop to Barney out of nowhere, I ain't watching it. Trash.
No. Fred throws an alley oop to Bam Bam, and as he's dunking it,
Yo.
Bam Bam goes Bam Bam.
Your family's leaving you.
I know they're walking out. Of it. It's only a matter of time.
Well, and the good,
Be honest with you.
the thing I always say about movies, though, never judge a book by its cover. Never judge the movie by the trailer because you just don't know.
But I'm judging this one.
No.
by the cover.
There are some trailers you can judge a movie and it be accurate.
But there's also sometimes bad trailers will lend to good movies. So you
I
just
agree with Eric.
You never
I
know.
agree with Eric.
no.
They put the best part of bad movies. They put the best parts in the
Yeah,
trailer.
yeah. Well, but I will agree with you, Damon. This looks okay, but just okay.
I'm not paying for HBO Max. I'll say that.
I'm already paying for it.
Yeah, I'm paying for
So
that.
I'm not watching it.
I'm paying that for
I'll
that
watch-
just for
I mean,
You
DC
want
alone.
to slide me that username and password? I'm down to
no
watch
bueno,
it then.
Chief. You slide me
But-
$5
on the air, you trying to get us in trouble for that?
For real,
You
man,
ain't supposed to be
shut up.
sharing.
This is private conversation talk right here.
Not-
Eric,
not
edit
for
that
long.
out. Edit it out.
All righty. Well, did you guys want to maybe talk about what some games you might be wanting to play this week?
It's really coming out this week.
That'd be on YouTube because I got some things you can call it a job.
Yeah,
And,
me
I
too.
can't do.
I mean, I got a job too. You know, but
Yeah, I'm
I
pretty
feel
sure we're all
part-time.
employed here.
to game, you know what I'm saying? Y'all just be trash with it though. But that's cool. I don't know. I do want to schedule. See if we can, everybody get together though, and schedule one night. We either get on and play some, something like Fall Guys or just something fun.
Why don't can we stream off Damon's Twitch or Twitter
Yeah.
channel, Twitch channel, whatever you call it?
Yes.
Twitter
we can.
Twitch. That Twitter Twitch.
That Twitter Twitch. Yeah, we can do that.
Can you?
Look, we got 4 of us. We got 4 guys squad and Fall Guys. Let's
Yeah.
schedule stream
We'll
it.
schedule it and we'll stream it. We'll have some
Can you
fun.
also upload that to the YouTube channel or?
Yes. We can rip it and
Yes, I just can't. So, for those who don't know, Twitch affiliate, which I'm close to, literally less than 1. I'm averaging 2.96. But anyways, once you hit affiliate and are in the program, you cannot stream anywhere else. So anything like anything on my end would not have to be. See, and that's the thing. I'd have to ask around. I don't even know if I'd be able to do this live on YouTube if I get in the affiliate program. Since I
So you said if you become an affiliate, we gotta kick your ass out.
no, what it is, he can't stream. Like he can't just stream there, but he can take his videos and turn it into a VOD and add it to YouTube.
Yeah, it
Okay,
just
we
can't
can
be
use
live
that.
content.
Yeah,
Just
he
use
just
the
can't do
screen.
live content. Yeah, we can do mine too. Like it don't matter. Like he can still stream it on Twitch and then take the video after we're done and then add it to YouTube. It'll be fun.
Yeah,
All right, fine.
'cause
Friday
that's what a
night.
lot of the big YouTubers do, or the Twitch streamers do, anyways.
All right, Friday
Friday
night.
I just can't. I can't
Yep.
stream shit on YouTube.
Also,
That's fine.
before we
You're gonna get Fall Guys.
before we get out of here too, I think we had some talk about we may actually go over Monday Night Raw this week. I think we might get Tony to review that. Wednesday we might get Damon to review Night 1 of NXT, and Thursday will probably be reviewing Night 2 of NXT Takeover, and maybe Brandon might take SmackDown on Friday.
I will take SmackDown on Friday.
And then Night 1 and Night 2 of WrestleMania, either we'll do probably a stream from either like this, or
Yeah, we'll do a live watch along.
yeah.
This whole this setup. Of course, you guys won't be able to see the screen, but you can watch along with us.
Yeah, Yeah, we'll let you know where we started, and that way you guys can kind of watch along with us, and we'll probably do that for night 1 and night 2, and maybe even review WrestleMania after that is over on its own separate stream or something. So that'll just about do it for us, everybody. I think that we'll probably end the stream here.
Here we go, because kids are acting crazy.
Yeah.
So real quick, normally this is where we would give out our social medias and all that jazz. We'll put the schedule up. I know we all control a different section of the social medias. So anybody that's watching this, check things out. We'll put them in the body of the videos that we do. Mm-hmm. But as this goes along, it's going to be a lot more fun, a lot more professional. Mm-hmm. We're just kind of seeing how things work tonight. We appreciate you guys watching, if you are.
Absolutely.
So,
all right. So I guess with that, we'll talk to you guys later. Thanks a lot for watching.
Later.